be obnoxious. But most of you would rather be a pleaser than be obnoxious. Doesn't mean you don't help old ladies across the street. Doesn't mean any of that, you know. But be obnoxious. Demand accountability. And I mean, they won't want to talk to you, you know. They don't want me at any more meetings. I make the accountants accountable. I make the lawyers accountable. I make the bankers accountable. My relatives don't want to see me because I said, what have you done in the last 10 years of your life, you piece of shit? Now, what kind of Thanksgiving dinner is that? And the person that does tell the truth is called a lunatic and a fool. Well, they don't call me a lunatic and fool anymore. They certainly did 20 years ago when I came out with the idea of changing what was called then personal development. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret. There's only one secret I say during my talks. Personal development arguably started in the late 40s, 50s. A guy named W. Clement Stone, who owned a company called Worldwide Insurance, Combined Insurance, needed a new sales product for his salesmen to sell whole life insurance. Whole life insurance is the one that they collect the money and it's the highest premiums. Okay. He went to Napoleon Hill, who by this time had been bankrupt twice, had abandoned his son because he was born with no ears, had been in jail. Now, nobody knows. See, you're looking at me like I'm talking shit. He was a bum. Napoleon Hill was a fucking bum, shitbag. Anyway, but he did write the book with Carnegie, or about Carnegie. Now, just think about it. Why would a 19-year-old journalist spend a weekend with a dirty old man on Nob Hill in San Francisco? Anybody think about that? Doesn't that seem, even in the Netherlands, doesn't that sound strange? Okay, so he hired Napoleon Hill to come up with a sales idea to sell life insurance. Supposedly as theory, and the reason I know this is because W. Clement Stone told me in this ear, because I was trying to have a meeting with him, he kept getting sick, then his house burned down in Chicago, and I never got to meet him in person, so I only got to talk to him on the phone. About 2001, 2002, and he died at 101 or 102. And he said, all of a sudden, and he said, I can't really remember, Mr. Peña, because it was a long time ago, if Napoleon Hill came up with the idea, or I came up with the idea, we need something that cannot be measured. Cannot be measured. And they thought and thought and thought and thought, personal development. You can't fucking measure personal development. It's the greatest scam there ever was. And that's how personal development was born. A scam that you can't fucking measure. A scam that you can't fucking measure. And look at you. And an industry's been built up over the last 40, 50 years because of it. So you go back and you read your PD book. You listen to your fucking podcast, you worthless pieces of shit. A scam. Not everybody deserves to be fucking born. You either want to be liked or you want to be effective. It's your question and it's you to answer. You want to be liked or you want to be fucking effective. Everybody in this room is a pleaser at one degree or another. I've been called a lot of fucking things in my 75 years. But I can guarantee you one of them isn't a pleaser. And you wonder why you don't achieve more. This is you with a big nose here, right? You got your goals over. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that you write your goals down, okay? Now, you got to get by your relatives. Some of you will never get by your relatives. Next, you've got to get by your friends. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Right? You're hanging out the pub, belching and farting, watching 10-year-old football matches on the goddamn screen. Those people that you're going to the sports bars, those are your friends. Then there's just general pessimists. Then there's your own guilt. Do I deserve to be wealthy beyond measure? Then there's fear, false expectations appearing real. And then there's this plain society that wants to hold you down. And that's why you don't achieve. I believe with all my heart you were meant to achieve. I believe, and this is the only religious thing I'm going to say, is I believe whoever the fuck put us here, however the fuck we got here, we were put here to be all we can be, not a fraction thereof. Not a fraction thereof. And this what keeps us. This what keeps us from attaining, in my judgment, our true destiny. And there could be more other than pessimists, rejection, friends, haters, relatives, fear, society, guilt. Okay. But this is what you more or less have to go through. See, most of you are used to this. You don't have haters yet because you haven't accomplished anything yet. Bill Gates has haters. Dan Peña has haters. Dan Locke has haters. Brian Rose has fewer haters because he's such a goody two-shoes, fucking, love everybody. But he's even got haters. And there could be 3 or 4 more in there. But everybody in this room and everybody on YouTube can relate to one of those. Some of you can relate to all of them. You realize high-performance living is not for you. 100 hours a week is not for you. Just think all the time you're going to save. No more personal development. No more pod fucks. No more. Just imagine. But that's not what you do. Even if you decide QLA is not for you because it's too hard, you go back to somebody that's giving you tips. Because 40% of the day you waste. Some of you waste 80% of your days. Some of you waste 95% of your day. But on average, people that come here, maximum, utilize 50 to 60% of the day. Maximum. And those are the high performance people. When you list hour by hour from the time you wake up in the morning to the time you go to sleep at night, what you do, you will, in this country they say you will be gobsmacked. You will throw up. Because you don't do shit. Facebook, I said this before I got blocked or banned, maybe that's why I got blocked or banned, is a medium for neurosis. It builds and feeds on neurotic people. It builds and feeds on wanting to fit in and be liked. Which is unfortunate. The Chinese, your Asian brothers to the north or wherever it is, have banned Facebook in many places, and there is a place, a hospital they can take you where they de-Facebook you with electrodes in your brain. It's been proven at very prestigious medical schools that it feeds on neurosis, it builds depression, and makes you narcissistic. That I'm sure everybody in this room has a Facebook account, at least one. You said, I'm thinking about. You said it 7 or 8 times. You said it 4 or 5 times. You said it 2 or 3 times. I'm thinking about. In other words, thinking about taking an action. A couple of you didn't say it. What's there to think about? Do you want to be liked or you want to be effective? You want to be liked. Even Mr. Personality here wants to be liked. You're damaged goods. Big time damage. But you're not so damaged you can't be repaired. Changed like the fucking eagle. I can just see you flying up and breaking your beak off. Oh, I'd love to see it. Breaking your beak off. And then pulling your feather and your fucking claws out. The people that have been the high performance like Viking bitch, etc. How does she take care of 7 kids, work a full-time fucking job, still get up and clean the house? Do you hear that? She cleans the house. can't even you can't even scratch your ass. Well, women are better multitaskers. That's a proven fact. How? Because she was serious. You don't move your whole fucking family and have people follow you that you're responsible for unless you're fucking serious. How do you overcome being a pleaser? If I had a pill for that, I mean, you can't be obnoxious. But most of you would rather be a pleaser than be obnoxious. Doesn't mean you don't help old ladies across the street. Doesn't mean any of that, you know. But be obnoxious. Demand accountability. And I mean, they won't want to talk to you, you know. They don't want me at any more meetings. Because, you know, I make the accountants accountable. I make the lawyers accountable. I make the bankers accountable. My relatives don't want to see me because I said, what have you done in the last 10 years of your life, you piece of shit? Now, what kind of Thanksgiving dinner is that? To learn more about this video and all my videos, you lazy cunts, click on this link below. Or you can go to my website, danpeña.com, and see all the fucking free material from the $50 billion man.